Hey, hello everybody. Where's the chat? Who do we have in here? It's very quiet this morning. Very quiet this morning. We've only got 2 people in the chat, so let's see if we can get a few more that are saying hello. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. We have Oth, we have Mido, we have Eric here, so yes, welcome everyone else. If you can smash up that like button before we get started, that would be amazing. And yeah, we will get into it. So I want to start, we're going to do this one again, just a little bit more of a normal update. The kind of the nighttime little trading sessions, little scalpy degen kind of sessions have been good fun in the evening. I might do another one of those tonight. We do, of course, have the New York trading room for the crew today, so we'll be looking at some trades there. But yeah, so far this morning, some interesting price action. So a couple of little trades already. I will also go over the macro a bit more in this video, just because I think that's something that we need to be aware of at the moment, is where things are right now. This right here, just taking liquidity, little decent scalp short potentially, running it past VWAP the other way. We are looking at a fairly substantial downtrend, so if something comes up here, pops above these highs, I'd be looking for shorts. It would be nice to see if we can get a move into daily open from this move, and that would actually more or less, that would start to recover that little bit of a long position that I've still got from higher up, which I'm just working down at the moment. So I'm taking these little scalp trades, adding to them, adding to the long, getting back into a short, hedging it, and just kind of scaling in and out at the moment from those. So yeah, hopefully going to see a bit of a pullback here so that I can get some profit off my scalp short, and then we're looking possibly up towards daily open before rolling down and maybe going a little bit lower into the New York session later on today. So yeah, so far today I'll just start off over here and we can go over a few things. Anyone in the crew, I hope you enjoyed Luxury's call this morning. I'm sure that was amazing as always, so plenty. Yeah, I'm sure everyone who is in the crew has plenty to be going over right now. But yeah, this is basically a little idea that I had from this morning. Okay, we did come down and we hit that daily level. So that was what we were looking at last night. So we did come down on Bitcoin. Let's just come here. This was our closest untapped daily, and this is really the only one that's on the chart. So unless we're to go, of course, much lower down. Now we do, of course, have the daily level down here at 18,942, and yeah, that is so this 19,962 level was a pretty decent level that we were looking at last night for when these lows were taken. We're fully expecting those lows to get taken, and yeah, that's where we find ourselves now. So we've had that little bit of a bounce from there, coming back into the daily level, coming back into the golden pocket region, and we do have a little bit of confluence up here if we are to look towards daily open. We do have to be aware that we are at VWAP, so that would be continuing to, I guess, look kind of bearish on this. You gotta be taking those short positions. Off of VWAP, we do have SPX is moving down again, so futures are dumping a little bit, legacy futures. So we'll have a look at that in just a second. But yeah, Bitcoin so far, a reasonable bounce. And it's the same for Ethereum, okay? So Ethereum did come down into that 1123 level that is what I was looking for last night, just to come through and just to basically sweep all of this little order block that we have and take the liquidity below that. So we have done that on Ethereum. That's looking rather nice for where it is right now. Again, on ETH, there is potential for it to go quite significantly lower. Okay, ETH is holding up okay in comparison to Bitcoin. Like, for example, Bitcoin's already down at this daily level, whereas Ethereum is holding up okay, so I would expect any bounce from that to be a little bit stronger. So more so looking for those longs on Ethereum. The fact that we also have the BTC pair that's pulled back slightly into here, taking out its lows. So we could get a bit of a push higher. I'm looking for the BTC pair basically to come up towards this monthly level. So if we can get a bounce from here, get back above that weekly, then we could see the BTC pair have a bit of a run against Bitcoin if we can see a little bit of strength in the market. So those are the main things that I'm looking for. Ethereum, slightly more willing to try long positions. Bitcoin, apart from the one that I'm in, which isn't a very good trade, which I'm very confident I'll be able to get out of that. I can just work my way out of that one on the competition account. But yeah, apart from that, I'm not looking for any Bitcoin long positions apart from like very, very, very quick scalps. So ideally for myself, where I'd like to actually start to look for more swing tradey long type positions would be down here around that 19,500 region. So if we do get a bit of a bounce, then we reject, become a bit lower throughout the day or into tomorrow. It is the end of the month, so we've got to be aware that there's going to be profit taking going on. I would be looking for long positions between 19,500 and 18,900 basically. So yeah, 19.5 to 19k. That little region there is where I would look for long positions. I would start where we do have my little green box. Okay, so I'll probably get into a trade there. And then basically, like similar to how I was on Ethereum, looking to just trade those bounces, take profit on any bounces, and just get into a position basically as low as I can possibly get it. So that is the idea on Bitcoin. Of course, if we do lose this, so if we do lose this region here, it is quite a large region. I'm fully expecting lows to be taken and for us to go down to 17k. Okay, so fully expecting that if we do start to like, I only want to see wicks into this region basically. So that is yeah, very important. Only wicks into that region. Am I still scalp shorting this? Yes, I am. So I am in a short at the moment. I'm just going to check that. I should probably just a little bit of take profit maybe off of this. The thing is, I really don't want to close out of any short positions, because having an opportunity where there's an actual decent bounce. I'm also short on one altcoin, so I'll explain that in a minute. Yeah, having a short where we've had a decent bounce and have been able to get a decent position, I'm reluctant to take profit on this. What I may do, instead of taking profit on the short, is bring down that long position a little bit more, just so that can be salvaged instead of taking profit on the short. But I think it's too early. I'm going to hold this short as a hedge. So that was just for the first opportunity we've had in a long time to actually catch a short position that can be used as a hedge. So yeah, decent. Decent move up. Even if we do continue to move up from this point a little bit higher, at least I am, yeah, in that hedge short position now. Cool. Auth crypto, BTC 0.382 retrace 1-to-1 and significant daily. I think there is confluence for a bounce. Yeah, so let's just go back over onto this and we'll just do a little bit more analysis on this. So we'll stay here on the 4-hour time frame, okay? I'm using the USDT chart. I've been charting that recently. I'm going to stick with that just because I've been keeping that a little bit more up to date. I know I usually chart the inverse, but I mean, it's close enough. Yeah. Are we 382 on the inverse perpetual? Probably. No, we're through the 382 anyway, so I don't, yeah, I'm not quite sure. I'm not quite sure Where are you getting the 382? That's up towards the daily open. Yeah, we've got the 0.5 a little bit lower. Basically, the confidence we have here is the daily level. It's about all you need. So you would like to see a test of those levels as you come through. If we're going to start to trade some kind of range here, if we can form a range, if we can get a bit of a bounce, then you can expect something like this maybe to play out, and then maybe look for up towards here, which I do think is eventually going to be hit, even if we are looking at more significant downside. What would be really nice is just to get something a little bit like this going, and then we can dump it afterwards. But we'll wait and see if we can get anything like that from the charts. But yeah, at the moment, this daily level is about everything we've really got. It is also the value area low of the range. So let me just go back onto here and I will just do this. This was the value area low of the range yesterday. So I'll see if that has changed. If I'm taking it from basically where we started, there we go. Yep. So there's our value area low. Yesterday, we started off at the POC. We had that move into the POC, into the red box, dumped all the way down. And yeah, we find ourselves at the value area low now. So this is just continuing to play this as a range at the moment. So we do have to be pretty cautious on long positions. But if you are trading the value area and we are looking at this range to continue, then it's a reasonably good level to bounce. I would still prefer liquidity to be taken below these lows. I think that for me would be really nice. We can wick down into this region and quickly reclaim the value area. That would be okay, as long as we quickly reclaim the value area. But yeah, for me that would be okay if we do something like that. Not much else to go over on this. Will it need a speed fan? We can put a speed fan on it. There's just 618. That could give you an idea of timings. So if we can hang around here for a little bit longer, we would have that speed fan that would maybe aid a bit of a recovery, and then we can start to form some slight uptrend from this. Anchored VWAP from here is definitely not valid anymore. But if we do go from the lows, yeah, just about clinging on again to this anchored VWAP. If we take it from the low, but that's nah. No, we're not. We're not really clinging on to that anchored VWAP. Cool, we're still moving down. Good. Dan, hey, went 3K. Yeah. Keshav, it's not a 21K long, it's a 20,500. I think it's recoverable, but yes. Yeah, it's 20,500. So this was one I explained yesterday. So we were having, it was a silly mistake. Again, that happens in trading. It was a silly mistake. I had limit orders down here. Okay, so yesterday I was having trouble with the power all day. That should be sorted now. I'm just hoping that we don't have any further power cuts throughout the day. But yeah, I did have some limit orders below this to come into that NPOC, just an SFP of the lows. I thought maybe we could play that. Very similar to what we did the day before, where we had this bit of a range that formed in the afternoon. This was down here, wasn't it? So we had this bit of a range on Monday, then we had that SFP, and then we got that bounce. I was looking for a similar kind of scenario that would give us a bit of a bounce higher. I did have a long position there. I didn't set a stop loss by the time we'd come down here, and I'd actually got back from my night out. So I did go out for a meal last night. It was at a loss, and I I didn't close it when I had the opportunity to, but it's okay. There's no liquidation price on it. Well, the liquidation price on it is currently, if anyone wants to try and aim for this, and this is just on the competition account. Okay, so this is just a $500 trade. It's nothing major, and it's only a portion of that. If anyone does want to aim for it, it is currently at 17,662. However, by the time we get down there, I'm hedged into a short position, so that will be way, way lower. So I'll be making profit on the short as we go down. So yeah, it's fine. It's fine. So again, we're doing this again here, are we? So we can continue to play this. This is what we wanted to see from that retrace. So now would be a good... There it is. We still have that target coming back up towards here. Catch up. 17,700 limit long set. Let's go. Yes. I mean, that would be really nice. Let me just shave a bit of profit off of this short. Cool. Tommy, can I just check what you're doing with the long? Are you selling some at a loss, then buying back the same amount you just sold at a slightly lower price to lower the entry price and not the size? I'm basically at this stage only if we go lower. I'm not adding to the long. Basically, I've got into a hedge short, then the profit from that is offsetting. Yeah, is offsetting that long position. So my short is at 20,226. So I actually caught that one really nice. You think 1K? Yeah. Delirium. What about liquidity below 19,733? I'm looking for lower, but that is an interesting level as well. Hopefully you've caught up by the time we do this. Liquidity below here. Yeah. I mean, at this stage, if we're going to continue down from the daily level, I think I would like to see it take out the 19,635 low as well, and to come into that time POC that we've got down there. Dimitri says, what's the point of a TA if BTC is moved by the correlational bots deployed on Coinbase and FTX? I mean, the bots have to follow something, right? The bots have to follow something, so they're still going to be reacting to certain levels. Bots react very often to golden pockets. Bots react very often to VWAPs. Bots react to moving averages. Yes, there is a correlation with the SPX, and that is why you basically just trade the SPX at the moment. That's all we're doing, is we're trading Bitcoin being a more volatile version of the ES, the SPX. Okay, so you look at this. Look, oh, surprise, surprise, we're moving down. And this as well. Yeah, it's not a coincidence at all that SPX hits the monthly level at the same time that Bitcoin hits the daily level, and they both bounce together. So it's not a coincidence at all. Like, this is what we were looking for on the S&P 500, okay, on the futures. That was the level that I had marked on the chart. If we are to continue lower, then what I believe we're going to do today is we're going to come down here and fill the gap. So we do have a gap fill here at 3795 on the S&P. Okay, so I do believe that we're going to come down here and we're going to fill that today. We have quite a high probability of going even lower than that. So, yeah, we're actually right there. So where price is currently on the S&P, so yeah, no, we're not. A little bit lower, 3795. So we're at 3815. So we need to go slightly down here. 3795. This is roughly where your gap is. This would have been 11 there on futures. So that's the next level to the downside, which I think there's a pretty high probability that we hit. And you can check this as well. So how do you check the correlation again? I can't remember. I need to remember what it is that's on the chart. Is it there's a whoa. I'm on the BTC chart, right? Yeah, there we go. So yeah, right now we've got a pretty high positive correlation. It wasn't there earlier on this morning, because Bitcoin obviously started dumping a lot earlier than the SPX did. But yeah, for the majority of the time, especially when you come into these New York sessions, you've got a very, very high correlation on there. And it's consistent, right? It's consistently high across the board. So S&P's just taking out the lows now as well. So I would expect Bitcoin probably to come down and follow this shortly. Unless we get some kind of little SFP. I'm just going to show as well the other trade that I have, which is on Ocean. So I am short on Ocean. Again, I haven't traded this for like 2 years. Wow, what is this? All right, we got to hide that person from the chat. Need some more mods. There we go. The cheapest one time, 18 plus dates. Very nice. Got some bots in here. Yeah, so I did take a short from this, which is a nice easy short position. Okay, SFP at the highs. It's one of the few that is green on the day. If there's something that is green on the day that you can look for short positions on at the moment, because I am looking lower overall, then I will happily take those shorts. So I am looking. I wanted the same on this AGLD, whatever that is. But yeah, basically looking for swing failure patterns of highs in order to get short positions, in order to get profit. There are a few that you could maybe look for long positions on. Keshav, we only need dates for the Bitcoin bottom along with price. That is it. Yes. It's okay. The chat's not too busy. I can mod this myself. Matic looks kind of interesting. I don't really want to take longs, but Matic was interesting to me yesterday, and it's still interesting to me today. SPX has bounced. SPX has bounced quite nicely, so we do have an SFP on the SFP on the S&P. Maybe I would consider Matic as a potential long here. This was one that was on my... I was eyeballing this yesterday. I don't think we're going to get the dip that I want to. But I might place a couple of limit orders to see if we've already come down to those lows. Somewhere around here would be nice. See if we can get some kind of retrace, and then you've got a pretty decent invalidation off of that. And then you can trade it up. I am short on one alt, so I may as well... I mean, you can just aim for these highs. But I think the trade's slightly lost right now. I'd want to get in there. I just want to take out those highs and be done with it. But where this has come into is pretty much perfect. Let's place an alert. And I will take a look at that. I have other alerts on other things as well. I was looking at YFI yesterday. Duh! No! Oh, I just missed. I did set a limit order there. I did. So I've got a limit order on YFI set here at $5.40 or 5,400. 5,400, that's what it is. $10 away. I was $10, 5,000. Oh, damn it. My stink bid didn't get filled. I would have been 7% up. There's still time. What other alerts have I got? Ape. That's where I'd look for a long on Ape. Yeah, those are the only other alerts. Maz, I don't know. The thing with SPX is it just goes down in a straight line until it stops going down in a straight line. And it stopped going down in a straight line. Like literally, that's That's how it moves. It's like, oh, did anyone notice this earlier as well? That is insane. So someone was just holding price. How many 1 minute candles were hitting into this? You don't see this very often on legacy markets at all. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 times it tried to break through 3832.8. So 13, yeah. Was it, how many times did I say? A lot of times. And obviously that then led to this big drop down. You had a little bounce off of daily open, but this is what I mean. Like when it starts to go down, it's just straight line, and then once you get a bounce, it usually recovers back into the range quite quickly. So it's been straight line down, and we should get some kind of recovery from that. But yeah, this was crazy earlier. I don't think I've ever seen anything quite that aggressive. Yeah. And you can see the volume that came in. I guess this is just the London Open. So London Open got the low, or just about. We had a low as London session opened, then we just had a quick SFP off of that. Yeah, interesting. But you'd have to say for a move of that size, the chances are, now that the volume's in, whatever was going on there is probably found its conclusion, and they are happy with the outcome. Bitcoin down a bit more, please, because I am still short. Right, I don't think there's much more to go over on this stream. Again, we were just going to have this as a quick update in the morning, so I do want to keep this not too much longer than half an hour. So yeah, I'm going to shoot off. I'm going to probably take the dogs for a walk and do all of those kind of things now. Yeah, is there anything else that I need to... hold on. Cool. Quick recap on everything. Yeah, it looks like we've had an IB extension hit. Okay, all right. Final little recap before I just log off and do some other stuff. So Bitcoin, I am still thinking that we can take out this morning's low. I do think that that's a fairly high probability. I am looking for 19,500 if we can take out the low. We do have poor lows on the day. Obviously, they got taken out yesterday. We had poor lows yesterday. We've got poor lows again today. So we are just looking at... I've seen this. Yeah, so I am looking for a little bit further downside. We have come into a nice level, so we have hit the daily level. That's decent for scalp trades. But I don't think anything more yet. I really want to go below 19,500 to get into anything a bit more long term. We'll have to see. We do have Jerome Powell and the chairman of the Bank of England speaking today. We do have the more US economic data coming out. So their yearly GDP revisions are today. So we're going to basically see almost certainly that GDP in the US is down on the year. So that's going to be confirmed later on today. I mean, the market's probably priced that in. The reason that it had such a bad reaction yesterday is because the economic data that we had yesterday with housing and with basically trade was a lot worse than forecast. The consumer confidence index as well, which is basically like fear and greed or whatever, that was a lot worse than expected. So yeah, everything macro looks pretty bad. I think today's stuff, the fact that we've got a talk from the people in charge of all of this stuff, the market's likely priced in what happened yesterday. It probably knows that we're in a recession by now. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see what happens. I don't think it's going to have as negative an effect on the market as it did yesterday, but I do think we have to be very aware that that talk is happening like right on the New York Open. So New York Open again is probably going to provide some fireworks. I would like to see this low taken. I would like to see lower throughout the day. However, if we do get a bounce going, even if that's from here or a bit lower, we do have an 80% setup. The conditions are okay for it. It has been, although we've been down quite dramatically, it's been fairly consistent in its movements. So if we can get back above basically 20,500, I think there's a really good chance that we can see I think there's a good chance that we could see higher prices. So looking back up towards 21k, basically that previous day point of control. The confluence that we have around there, is there anything more on here? I mean, not really. We do have the weekly POC that's up there. That's around daily open actually, I think. But yeah, if we're looking at some kind of bounce from this level, let's see if we can get back above that 20,400, 20,500, and I think that could see us with a pretty decent move to the upside. If we're going to go for fibs off of the move down, if we can see higher prices, the 786 lines up nicely with 21k. 20,700 is your golden pocket. The POC of the range is sat there as well, 21,100. Okay, so we do have the point of control of the whole range at 21,100. And yeah, 4-hour lows, stuff like that. So I guess that is my my plan for the day. See if we can go lower. If not, reclaim 20,400, 20,500, and I think we could get quite a decent bounce underway. Yep, that'll do. Thank you, of course, everybody, once again, for watching. We will be doing the New York trading room later on today, so that will be quite interesting. I might see if we can stream that again like we did last week. So we did have the Powell speech last week, which was quite good fun to trade. We will be doing that again today at the same time. If there is anyone new to the channel here as well, please do go check out, let me just bring it up on the page. Please do check out tauruscrypto.com. Okay, where you can find out more about our community. We do have a free Discord community down there. We also do have the Taurus crew, so if you'd like to take part in the trading rooms, there is one that we're doing today, like I say, at 2 p.m. UK time, the New York Open. Then you can find out more about the crew by clicking the Discover button down here. We've also got all your videos and stuff. It's not too late to join the trading competition either. We will we'll see how that goes again. Let's see if I can get that account back in profit again. It's getting close. And yeah, starting with a slight handicap, but yeah, we do still have the trading competition, and I think that's everything. So yeah, thank you very much for watching, and I will see everybody in the chat, and crew, I will see you later. Cheers guys, bye.